Hey loves, I'm Naturally Curly and welcome to my channel. And hey everyone, oh my god, I've missed you so much. I know it's been about 3 months since I last posted, and yes, I colored the back of my hair just for a little peekaboo pop of a color. I haven't decided if I want to do the whole head or not because I do have color all over my head to cover my grays. You know, your girl is an old woman. Anyway, so I really didn't know what I wanted to do with this video. This was just kind of like me just trying to get back into the feel of things and get back into styling. So this is just going to be me rambling and talking and catching you up while you watch the video, because to be honest, my hair didn't come out the way I wanted it to because it did not dry, and I will explain more into detail about that a little bit later on in the video. So I want to just do something with the first part of my hair. You know, I like to do something with the front, but so that's really it. So I'm just doing some rubber band twist style in the front, and pretty much it's self-explanatory. It's just mainly just watching. I'm just doing a few, like 2 or 3 in the front, little boxes, and then I'm just going to go side by side and then do some on the side. I mean, you'll see how I'm going with it just by watching the video. So anyway, so you know, I recently graduated. For those of you that actually follow me on Instagram, I graduated cosmetology school. Woo! Now, I'm still studying to take my license exam, so I haven't decided if I'm going to be doing full hair because I really like waxing. So I've been getting into that. So I haven't decided exactly where this journey is taking me, but I know I still want to do hair. It's just that it's what I will say about cosmetology school. If you're somebody new or if you're already a stylist and you already know, cosmetology school really doesn't prepare you for the world like you think it does. A lot of the stuff I already knew going into it, being that I was raised by a stylist. So a lot of stuff I already knew already, and just by research. But I will say, as far as techniques and the more chemical side, the more education behind cosmetology that you don't learn, as far as diseases and about hair, and just things, if you don't do your research about, you wouldn't know. It did teach me, but it doesn't really prepare you for the world. That's why I feel like that's why they say you have to keep taking just taking classes, because not alone just to keep yourself on your toes and refresh. It's because I feel like a lot of these schools are just in it for the money, and they're only teaching you enough so they can make money off of you. And that's strongly just how I feel. And it could be because I went to school during COVID, so I don't think I got my money's worth. There was a few teachers that were absolutely amazing, but for the overall experience, I will say, do your research. If you're going into cosmetology, don't go to a school just because of the name. Go to the school. I'll honestly go to like a technical college, a real cheap school where it's like only a few thousand that you could pay out of pocket versus having to pay $20,000, because honestly you're still going to have to take courses even after you graduate to keep it going, so just to keep your education going. So you're really paying all this money to, I don't know, honestly I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but that's a conversation for another day. If you ever catch me on the street, I'll tell you all about it. But that's just my opinion. I just feel like cosmetology school is just a money grab, to be honest. And that was my experience. I did meet some amazing teachers. I'm not going to say I didn't learn certain techniques. I did, but I think I just learned a more I think because I was already into the hair field, I learned things that I already knew. But as far as cutting, oh, I didn't know at all. I learned a lot about cutting. I learned a lot about color. More in depth about color, I will say, was you know a part of it. But I mean, to be honest, with YouTube University, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are teaching you a lot better than anybody else could teach you. But anyway, so again, I didn't really know where I was going with this, so I just wanted to do a whole bunch of boxes in the front, and now I'm just twisting my hair up, and then I'm just going to lay everything, the foundation of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get that out the way. So my plan is, I just want to also talk to you about, as you notice, my hair has grown. But whoo y'all, your girl has heat damage. Yeah, I have heat damage. It's in the front, which is crazy because it's like the two strands in the front of my hair have full on heat damage, and it's my fault because I naturally have finer hair in the front. I have a totally different texture in the front of my hair. But when you're in school and you're letting people straighten your hair, and then I was straightening my hair outside because when they did something, if I didn't like it, I had to go home and fix it. It caused my hair to have some heat damage, and my hair is just the amount of heat damage that it is in the front. It just wouldn't make sense to cut. So the best step for me was just to do some face framing in the front of my face, which I did, and cut the damage. That was on my ends. In the back, I cut that damage out, but the ones in the front, I would have to literally transition my hair out because I might as well be cutting a bang, and I didn't want that. So yeah, your girl's gonna start talking about heat damage and different products that I like to use because there's no way to really get rid of heat damage but to cut. But you can transition out. I've been in this journey for a long time, so I'm not about to cut my hair. Y'all already know I'm still trying to go grow my hair back from the little bald patch that I gave myself like 5 years ago. So reason why my hair is awkward lengths now. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm 33. I'm just not about to cut all my hair off. I don't look good with short hair. It's not my thing. Maybe for some people it is, but for me, bald hair, bald head, I look like my little brother. I'm just not about to do that. But other than that, that's pretty much everything. That's what's been going on. I have been thinking about moving out of state, so I am looking into that. And I'm just like, right now, I've been just trying to find a different path to go on because recently I had to also lay to rest my dog. So that was a hit for me. So I feel like this year has been a trying year for me between school, getting back on my feet, going through, you already know, going through my divorce and all of that. Getting back into dating and just getting into all of that. It's just been so much going on, and I just had to take like a emotional break just to find myself, get back into the game. But now that I'm back, I'm going to start getting back into videos. I'm going to get back into sponsored content. I'm going to try to get back into everything and posting a lot more. And I do appreciate all of you that have been watching my videos, still subscribe to me. Y'all are amazing, and I thank you so much for it. So I'm using this Sign Essentials. Now, here's the catch. This product has a lot of, it's really watery, and it's kind of heavy for my hair type. Now, it did give me some beautiful curls, but I should have stayed on, because it's heavy, I should have stayed under the dryer longer, as well as the fact that my hair, I think because I colored it, is retaining that water more. It's trying to hang on to that water more, because when you color your hair gets more drying, it gets more thirsty. So my hair was hanging on to the water, the moisture of the product, and even after being under dryer for an hour and 30 minutes, my hair still wasn't dry. So when I tried to pick my hair out after picking out the curls, my hair started matting in the back. Like, I wasn't using a normal metal pick like I normally like to use because I couldn't find it. But I was using a regular plastic pick, and the reason why I don't like using plastic picks is because they tend to match your hair up. It's like it starts to comb it versus a metal pick is thinner, and once you put a hair serum or like an oil on it, it glides through your hair and it doesn't catch like a plastic clip that's stick together, because most metal picks are kind of far apart and they don't catch. They kind of comb through your hair and pick it out easily. But a plastic pick, it's more full range, closer range of picking your hair for volume. So it tends to kind of, pick it's going to add texture to the middle of your hair where it's like kind of combing it. And when it does that, it, for me this time around, because my hair was still wet, it was matting it up. So I really didn't like how the back was looking, which is why I didn't show you the back. The back looked terrible. It looked like a frizz ball of an afro, and how all my hair was laying to the front, because I have naturally fine hair, so if I don't get that volume, my hair is just going to lay towards the front, and there's no way for me to pick it to hide the parts in the back of my hair that normally happen when I when I do my flexi rods and my perm rods. So it just literally looked matted. I ended up putting it in a ponytail later on, but I'm just letting you know reason why I didn't show you the back, because it looked terrible. But I also don't want to discourage you, because a lot of people get discouraged when they see a hairstyle and they think that because it didn't work for you, it won't work for them. And that's not the case. It's just that my hair should have stayed under the dryer for at least probably 2 hours and 30 minutes. But this is the finished look. And I thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts below. And I miss y'all. And let's catch up in the next one. Bye.